everyone. Today I am going to be interviewing a new Poshmark user so you can get the point of view of somebody who has just started using the app. His name is Jay. Say hi, Jay.
Hello.
So my name is Karen with the Thrifty Flamingo. I talk a lot about reselling and Poshmark. If you're interested in this kind of content, I would really appreciate if you subscribe to my channel. If you're returning, welcome back. A lot of these questions have come from you. A lot of them have come from Instagram and yours truly. So let's get to it. Jay, tell us a little bit about yourself before we start with the questions.
My name is Jay. I'm Karen's husband. We've been thrifting together for quite some time now, but back in October I decided to open up my own closet to really start promoting men's clothing and getting men's stuff out there, because we're finding a lot of men's stuff at thrift stores and we don't know where to put it. So I opened up a men's closet with the help from Karen. She helped me out quite a bit.
Like I try to help you guys out.
She's a great teacher, so really watch her videos and learn from her. She's great at that stuff.
You didn't have to say that, but thank you. So why did you start selling on Poshmark and no other place?
Money.
Money. Isn't that really what drives us? So Jay had something happen to him. He got let go from his job 3 weeks ago, and it was kind of sudden. So he was doing Poshmark on the side. So he really had to ramp up sales because all of a sudden he wasn't bringing in money, correct?
That's correct.
So what are some things that you do every single day that help you get steady sales?
Well, sharing is number one. I'll share my closet at least 3 to 4 times a day. Once in the morning, once around 2 or 3 o'clock, once around 7 o'clock, and then at the nighttime party. So sharing is key. The more you get your items out there to people and they see it, the more frequently they're going to buy stuff from you. So share, share, share. We also go sourcing quite a bit. So we'll go sourcing we'll try to do at least twice a week to 3 times a week sometimes, depending on where we can go and source
items.
Items.
What we find.
What we find, exactly. The main bread and butter of what we source for is clothing, jeans, t-shirts, stuff like that. And it all goes straight into the closet.
So you think listing every day also helps?
Listing is definitely key to sales. The more you list, the better your results are going to be. You're going to get more sales with more listings. You want to try and get your closet as high in the listings count as possible. That way you have more stuff, you have more likely that you're going to make a sale, and you're going to flourish.
Yeah, so you have a men's exclusive closet. This is an Instagram question. What do you think about closets that have women's, men's, and kids' clothes all in one closet? Would they be successful?
I think it's good to separate out your closets. To have a closet for kids, to have a closet for men's, and to have a closet for women's. If you have too much of one item or too many items in one closet, your followers of that, say you have a female closet, your followers of your female closet aren't going to be looking for men's stuff. Same thing with your men's and your kids' closet. So if you separate them out and do 3 separate closets, you're going to get target followers, and those followers are going to shop your closet for the brands that you have and the items that you have. So a man's closet is going to sell primarily to girlfriends looking for their men in their lives, presents and gifts, or men themselves. A lot more men are doing online shopping now than they were before. So it's good to diversify and to have those separate closets, because that really makes your followers targeted to your closet. So you're also a buyer. Yes, I am a buyer.
How would you feel if you stumbled upon a closet, or you searched an item and you found it, you're like, I like those jeans, let's see what else this closet has, so I might be able to bundle, and it was all bras and panties and like 2T toddler stuff. That's kind of what you're getting at, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I wouldn't be happy with that. I mean, if I'm looking to get that 10% at least discount on a bundle, and I go in there and I find a pair of jeans I like, and then I can't bundle with anything else because it's either bras, which aren't going to fit my wife, or kids' clothes. We don't have kids, so we can't really get kids' clothes. We don't have kids yet, so we can't do that. If that's all that's in the closet and she has 1 or 2 men's items, it's not going to make it for an easy bundle, and I might even pass up the sale because of that.
Now, before you opened up your closet, I did sell some men's stuff in my own closet. It happens. Mm-hmm. I did get sales. It was not steady. It was random. So, if you can diversify and have multiple closets, and you can think that you can take on that task, it is a good thing. You do need to get Poshmark's approval. You just have to write them an email. It's very simple. So, how scalable do you think Poshmark really is?
It's 100% scalable. I mean, the more you put into it, the higher it's going to scale and the faster it's going to scale. But you can go, the sky's the limit with Poshmark. I mean, what it really takes when you get to this level, when you want to start making money with Poshmark, it's the key to that is sourcing. The more you source, the better your sales are going to be, the more you're going to sell, the higher sell-through rate you'll have. So sourcing is key. When she started out with her closet way back in the day, about 5 or 6 years ago.
2013.
We weren't really sourcing at that point. She was selling stuff that she had either gotten donated to her from my family or her friends or her own clothes, all that stuff. What happened when we started sourcing is she increased her sales tremendously. We started slowly. We maybe would source for $50 to $100.
We didn't have the room.
No, we didn't have the room. Exactly.
We lived in a small condo, and we didn't have the room to like really take on too much product. But once we realized, hey, we need the product, what started happening? We'd
go out and source, and we'd get more product, and we'd get more sales, and we'd start scaling our business. She actually was able to quit her job because of that. And it looks like we're going to be okay without any jobs, just sourcing on just Poshmark and eBay and income from that. So the scalability of Poshmark is tremendous. You can really scale it to as high as you want and make as much as you want doing it.
No, it doesn't happen overnight. You've been on the app 4 months or so, about 4 months. How many followers do you have right now?
I have 16,000 followers right now, and I am following about 8,000 people. So I've also become a Posh ambassador fairly quickly with the tutelage of Karen, of course. She helped me get to that status, but that's key. If you're really working, and if you look at your Posh stats, they'll set out the goals that you need to hit to become a Posh ambassador. That's like step number 1 would be to get to be a Posh ambassador as fast as you can. You're going to get more followers that way. Your followers are going to increase. You're going to, more people are going to see your items because Poshmark is suggesting your closet to new users, and new users are finding you, and it really does help. So get that status as fast as you can, and you're really going to grow your business.
You do sell a lot to new users. I know a lot of people get a little, I don't know, they get nervous about selling to a new user. They're like, okay, this person hasn't given any feedback. They don't, have any, I don't know this person, and they only have a couple followers, and they're new, and people get a little like nervous to sell to these people, but everybody started somewhere. At one point, I was a new user. You were a new user. So at one point, we all had those low numbers and those low stats. Everyone has to start somewhere. If you're that person's very first sale, make it a good one, make them want to continue on being a buyer. Now, a lot of the buyers do go on to becoming buyers and sellers, or they're just there to buy your stuff. So
have patience with the new users too. When I sell to a new user and they receive my item, sometimes they don't know that they're supposed to accept their shipment or whatever. They haven't been on Poshmark that long. They don't know how it works. So you're going to have to wait a couple of days before the money clears, because obviously Poshmark doesn't give you the money right up front like eBay does, or like other avenues of reselling do. So you got to be patient. You got to have patience with them, and don't be one of those people that sends them a comment saying, please accept my item, or please accept my order. I need the money. It's not gonna make you look good, and you're gonna lose business because of something like that. Other people can see those comments, and it won't help your cause.
No, you cannot delete a comment on Poshmark. The only thing that you can do is delete the listing and then relist it. If it's a sold listing, you can't delete that. So once a comment's there, it's pretty much set in stone. So you don't want to be that seller. I know that was a big frustration for you in the beginning, because you were getting a lot of new users ordering your stuff. Part of it, and this is my personal feeling on that, is that you're an exclusive men's closet, and you were getting all these new men coming to you, because Poshmark's really pushing men to get the app, and so you had a lot of new users, and it would say item delivered, pending acceptance, and he'd be like checking like all the time, like, why aren't they accepting it? Oh my goodness, and it's like 3 days once they have it, and sometimes, especially now that you lost your job, sometimes it's like, I need them to accept that. And it's just part of what it is, you know. It is what it is. You can't make somebody accept your item or even know that they have to accept your item. What are some things that you did wrong in the beginning?
Well, not sharing enough is one. You know, you're working at home, you're sitting on the couch, you're doing Poshmark, you can get a little lazy with it. You got to be diligent and stick to that schedule of sharing. That's key. The more shares, the more sales. Sourcing, you got to be careful with what you source for. When I first started sourcing, I'd look at a pair of jeans and I'd say, oh, these look cool. Let's put these up in the closet. We'd go home and we'd do comps on them, and they're worth like $15 and we paid $8 for them. There's no profit there. So you got to really know your brands that you're looking for. Go out and do some research on popular brands that sell. Look in thrift stores and see what popular brands that thrift store is carrying the most of. It's very common for them to keep getting their supplies from the same places, so they're going to have the same type of brand week after week. So know your brands and find those typical brands at thrift stores and other stores that you'll source from, and have some patience. Patience is tough for me sometimes, and that was one of my key things. I'm not making enough sales. I'm not getting enough followers. Just have some patience. They'll come. It's a slow process. You really got to grow your closet. You can't expect this to happen overnight. You got to just roll with the punches and have some patience.
Now, you were talking about making bad buys in the beginning. Does that mean that you don't make bad buys anymore?
No, we're always going to make a bad buy. You're going to see something that you think is even if you find a certain brand, like we find a lot of 7 for All Mankind jeans. Some brands will sell, some brands won't. Sometimes I go a little too quick in the thrift store and I overlook an imperfection or a flaw in the article of clothing, and we get it home and we realize there's a tear or a rip or a hole in it and we can't sell it. So you're going to make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. It's part of the game. Just roll with it, and you know, the better you get at it, the less mistakes you're going to make.
Good. So what are some bread and butter brands that are for your men's exclusive closet? What are something that you find all the time that flip very quickly?
The right Levi's will sell. 511s, 550s, those are good Levi's to look for. 7 for All Mankind, pretty much any style, but straight legs, relaxed straight, those kind of styles are going to sell. Austins are key. Yep, Austins. Those sell, and those sell good. You can get good profit from those too. You find a pair of 7 for All Mankinds for about, well, in our area, we can find them for about $6, $7 a pair. And they usually turn around and sell for between $38 and $45. So you have a good margin on those. Polo shirts, I like to grab polos. It's seasonal right now. So we're in Connecticut. We're getting out of the winter and going into the spring. So I've been stocking up on polos lately. So you can find them at a good price, and they'll sell for between $20 and $25, and that's really bread and butter.
Bread and butter stuff, you know. He was talking about the seasons changing and always looking for that. As resellers, we have access to any kind of item all year long. I could buy a bathing suit at a thrift store right now. So you have to stay kind of a little ahead of your game. Think about it. When does the stores start putting out bathing suits? Like you walk into Target in March and you already see bikinis. We have to be like that. We can't start putting out bathing suits come June because people have already been buying bathing suits. So you have to kind of think of yourself like an actual retail store. And so I'm already starting to source. I already have shorts. I already have capri length things, capris that I have, that the moment I know people are starting to search for it, the moment I walk into a department store and I start seeing less winter items, I'm gonna start listing them, because that's how, as a consumer, people are trained to start thinking that way. They want the items in their possession by the time the temperature starts rising. Have you ever had a package lost? You sent it out, it said tracking, and then nothing. Have you ever had that happen?
Yeah, that actually just happened to me last week, and it's not the end of the world. It's not a big deal. Poshmark has protection for both buyers and sellers. So if your package gets lost, it's going to suck for the buyer because they obviously wanted that article of clothing, and sometimes it's a one-of-a-kind article that they can't find anywhere else. It sucks a little bit, but as far as the money goes, you're still going to get your money. and the buyer's still going to get a refund on their money. So you're covered on both ends. So if something gets lost, don't worry about it. It might take a little bit longer for the funds to get to you, but you're going to get paid on them. And it happened to me, and I got paid, I think, like maybe 2 or 3 days later than I should have for that item, but I still got the money, and we were still good to go. So it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, it takes a little longer. The person, once it says, you know, that it was delivered and they go to find it, they have to go back into the app and report, like, I can't find the item, it's not in my mailbox, or whatever the case is. And then Poshmark says, okay, we'll give them a few more days to locate the item. Maybe it was the USPS's fault. Maybe they checked it as delivered, but it's still in the mail truck. So they give them a few days to have the item turn up. And once it doesn't turn up, you know, they report back to Poshmark and say it wasn't there, and they pretty much pay us both. You know, they release our funds to us, and they also, I think it's a little easier, you know, than eBay. I mean, obviously you can get it, there's a little bit more of a process with eBay. Obviously you can still get your money, even through the PayPal, but it's a little easier. But it's just that time, that sometimes the time waiting for it stinks. So let's talk a little bit more about packaging. It's different than any other site you've sold on, correct?
Yeah.
How?
Well, you gotta package it. eBay is easy. You just throw something in a box or an envelope, slap a piece of tape on it, put the shipping label on it, and send it out. It takes about 5 minutes. Poshmark, people expect a little bit more quality for. They're paying top dollar for these articles of clothing, and they're not paying eBay prices. They're paying top dollar.
We'll get back to that. Keep going.
for the article of clothing that they're buying. So you want to take the extra time to really package it up nicely. What we do with my men's items is we wrap it in a nice piece of green tissue paper. We have some tan twine downstairs. I'm sure you guys have all seen twine before, that we tie in a little bow and pop it on there. And then we have a business card that says Posh Penguin on it, and we just punch a hole in the card and slide it through the twine and stick it in an envelope. So it looks good. It looks like you took the extra time to do it. It really doesn't take too much extra time, but you really want to focus on making your packages look good, because that's key to repeat business. They're going to come shop from you again if they see that you take the time to package and take care of your item. And it's always in a poly bag. It's always sealed nicely so that it's protected from the elements, and it's just in a really nice packaged way when we send it out. And people realize that. That's how you get the 5-star ratings. That's how you get the good comments. That's how you get repeat buyers. That's how you get people following you and buying from your closet multiple times.
Now, I know that's a really big controversy. Some people are like, I don't care what it looks like as long as I get the item. You know, everyone to each their own. But I have multiple repeat buyers. I have people that come to me every month, buy certain things. I have people that say, when you get X size or, you know, X types, you know, whatever jeans, tag me, and they will buy it. He has had 2 repeat buyers. So it does matter. We're running a business here, you know, and it's nice. It's more of a boutique. Now let's talk about Poshmark pricing versus eBay pricing.
Sure.
What's your thoughts on that?
I think if you put something up on eBay, people expect to pay between $20 and $30 for it, no matter what it is. They're not going to pay too much. Some things are going to go for a little higher, like your designers, like your Adriana Goldschmieds, your Joe's jeans, stuff like that. They're going to get a little higher price. But if you put that same item on Poshmark, you can expect 15 to 20% more than you can on eBay. So there's really a price increase on Poshmark. People are expecting to pay a certain amount on Poshmark, and people are expecting to pay a certain amount on eBay. So you really can make more money on Poshmark selling that same article of clothing. We cross-list, so we have some certain items that are on both sites, and if we sell it for something on eBay, and then, you know, we'll take it off Poshmark, and we won't expect to get that same sale on Poshmark with the higher price. But Poshmark is going to make you more money than eBay in the long run.
We cross-list things that, you know, when certain things will do better on either site, so we'll cross-list things that we're just not sure of. And the more it is out there, the better chance it is to be sold. So if I sell something on eBay for 20 bucks, but I had it listed on Poshmark for like 34, hey, I still just made 20 bucks. You know, so I want to make $34 than the 20, but hey, cross-listing's not a bad thing.
And a key to that too, when you're looking at profit and you're looking into your profit for Poshmark and eBay or whatever, is when we go sourcing, and this isn't going to apply to all you guys because I know a lot of you guys don't source yet, but if you get into sourcing, what we do is we'll take a haul and we'll spend $500, $300 at the thrift store. We'll count everything up in that order and we'll divide that total item piece by the total amount spent. So we'll get a price per piece that way. And that's how we keep our item cost to around $6 or $7 an article of clothing. So that way you know what you're going to make. And if you put it on eBay and it sells for $20, you're still making $13 profit. So you're not losing out on anything. You're still making that return and you're making a sale. So
some people even think that $6 or $7 is expensive. We primarily try to source for items that are going to bring in at least $30 on the average. So that's why we would pay up $6 or $7. Now some things do sell less, and like you said, it's okay. It all kind of evens out. If your average price point's lower and you're aiming for $20 or $25, the same thing applies. So he did a little bit of a name drop there. Jay, do you want to remind people what your closet name is?
Sure. My closet name is the Posh Penguin, Posh_Penguin.
Underscore.
Yeah, there's a couple other Posh Penguins out there. They're not sellers, they're buyers, but we're the only Posh_Penguin that's a seller right now. So if you guys want to take a look at my closet, go ahead. Got some great things in there. There's something for every guy. There's staples of fashion and staples of just staple items that every guy should own a pair of. So.
We also offer a 15% bundle discount when you're bundling through both closets. Now, Poshmark only offers the bundle within a single closet. You just gotta either tag either of us in a listing and be like, hey, I love these jeans, but I want the whatever in your wife's closet, or vice versa. And we will make a bundle for you and automatically deduct the 15%. It's happened before. You know, I have a sign in my closet saying that. Because, hey, you know, people live together, a wife, a husband, a girlfriend, a boyfriend. They might both want something or whatever the case is. So I like that little thing that we do for people. So, closing thoughts, Jace.
Sure. So the key with Poshmark right now, closing thoughts, would be build your followers. That's the first step. Build your followers up. Get to around 15,000 to 20,000 followers. And then once you get to that point, start sourcing. I know a lot of you guys are afraid of sourcing. It's something that you're not sure if you want to do or not. That's really the key to scaling this business, is sourcing. We look into different avenues of sourcing. Look for a Goodwill outlet in your area. Those are great places to start.
The bins.
The bins. You can spend $50 at the bins and come home with about 70, 80 articles of clothing. And these things are all going to sell for between $10, $15, and $20 a piece. So you can make a ton of money going to the bins. It's a great place to start sourcing. Don't be afraid to go to different thrift stores. Don't be afraid to pay up for a few items if it's not too much. I wouldn't say over $8, but don't be afraid to pay a little bit higher of a price point for something that's going to sell. And list, and
flip.
Quick flips are great. So that's the key to Poshmark right now. That's it. It's just, you got to work at it.
Okay, awesome. So I hope this has been insightful. I hope you guys have gotten something from this. If you like this format, I really hope you like this format. I have something planned for you guys. It's about to be, it kind of already is, tax season. Yeah, we don't like tax season. It's a little bit more of a pain in the booty for us resellers. But I have somebody lined up in the near future to come and talk to you about it. An actual CPA. Because I am not a CPA. If you've enjoyed this, definitely give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. And if you've stuck around this long and haven't done it already, I would also love if you subscribe to my channel. Other than that, bye guys.
Have a good one.